Hey, it's Alex and Sam with Anselm Tennis. Welcome to another video. And in today's video, I'm going to give you a little tip that I've shared throughout the years that I think has helped a lot of players, including myself, in terms of how to volley. All right. So probably the most common mistake and the thing that a coach has to say so many times when you're training players of all levels is swing less on the volley. Right? How many of us swing too much on the volley or have been told that before? Right? So how do we correct this? Well, one of the ways that I like to correct this is that I try and explain to people that tennis is very much like a combat sport or like martial arts, right? Or like boxing, for example, right? And if you want to be a good boxer, you have to know how to do two things. You need to know how to throw a punch well, cause damage on the other side, but you also need to know how to take a punch, all right? And I think the mistake and the misconception that a lot of people get as tennis players is that we look at volleys as these, closing shots, finishing shots, which it's true, generally they are, right? We don't have like volley rallies. As soon as one player comes to the net, usually, that point's gonna end in the next few shots, right? So it kind of gets, if you think about it, it kind of sounds similar to like in boxing, like what you would think of as like a knockout punch, right? Like, okay, boom, the volley, that's the knockout punch, and they're down, I win the point, right? Or I get a knockdown or something. However, as much as that might look that way, the way you want to volley is much more like taking a punch than giving a punch, okay? And if you think about it, a lot of good boxers or martial artists or any of those kind of people, if you take like a master, for example, and a beginner tries to attack them, when the person trying to throw the punch and who gets deflected or blocked away will actually get more hurt than the person who is being punched at, right? And that's what like a good, somebody who defends themselves well will do, right? I think of it a lot of times, it's similar because I took a little bit of karate when I was a kid and stuff too, so I learned some of these basics and everything. One of the moves is, if somebody's coming at you with a kick like this, is to block them away like this, boom, okay, boom. I deflect that kick coming over here. That's actually kind of part of what they're trying to learn in the Karate Kid with like the wax on and the wax off movements, those kinds of things, all right? But to volley well, you have to think of it as, taking the punch. You're not giving the punch, even though you're in a situation maybe in the point where it looks like, I'm gonna finish the other guy off or the other girl off or whatever, right? So if we stop mixing those things up and we start volleying like it's more of a taking the punch kind of thing than a giving a punch, all right? I think you're gonna start to volley a little bit better. Now, don't get wrong, or learn how to, what does it mean to take a punch? Like, for example, if somebody's going to punch you in the stomach, well, what do? Well, you have to contract, right? There's a certain technique to these things, right? I mean, there's movements, for your arm, punches, kicks, whatever, wherever they're going. But the main thing is that it's taking a punch is not a passive thing. You have to be active in that sense too, which is why I want to clarify, because I know I've explained this throughout the years and I've tried to do it before. And what have I seen? I see people who kind of just crisp up and just go like bloop, and they just block. No, all right, not really. It's not that either, Sometimes if something's coming at you with great force, the best way is not to just kind of stand still and hope it doesn't knock you over, but you have to kind of like push back into it a little bit yourself as well, right? So that goes along with it too. Blocking a punch doesn't mean somebody's throwing a punch at you and you just put like your hand up and catch their hand, for example. No, you're actually bringing energy of your own and, boom, blocking the punch out this way or wherever. And you're transferring that energy that's coming to you with the energy that you bring to it and transferring it somewhere else. Okay, so taking a punch is not a passive thing. It's not something where there's not something for you to do, okay? I'm just putting that out there because I'm just thinking ahead. I know, because I've done this in person with a lot of people, and this is the most common reaction or mistake that I've had to when people try and implement this into their volleys. Okay, so don't think of it as that either. Taking a punch is an active process, all right, and you have to be, active in that, in your participation in that. Okay, So let me know what you think about that, okay? Again, I know it's not so much of a technical tip, but any of you who watched any of my videos know that, you know, my thoughts on technique, right? Probably, I mean, it has its place, it's important, you know, it has its value, but it's probably way overestimated and way overtaught for how important it really actually is, okay? Try and apply it this way, try and think of it this way, come to the net, think of it as deflecting a punch. Go figure, learn some martial arts moves, you know, learn some other things other than wax on, wax off as well too. You're gonna see how this idea really will translate well to your volleys, and you're gonna actually probably really enjoy volleying a little bit more, because the harder it comes at you, the more you're gonna like it, because you're just gonna, boom, use that pace against the other player and make them pay the price, okay? So, hope that helps. Let me know what you think, or if there's something you wanna see in these videos, something you're struggling with, I'll try and get a video out there for you. In the meantime, also feel free, check out my website. You can come out and visit me, spend a week retreat out with me, training in person, individuals or small groups, or we can do something like this, video coaching. If this is talking to you, just imagine that I do this sometimes where I can, you know, set myself up on a court, be there with you, and you know, I can coach you as best as you can, obviously without being in person, but hey, sometimes it helps, and if you like my coaching style, you want to do that, just check out the website and easily get in touch, and see everybody next time.